What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of a GameCase overview tutorial, whatever you want to call it. So today we're going to talk about starting up the laptop, getting yourself into the game as quick as possible. First thing you're obviously going to want to do is unbuckle the latch, and open up your game. Second thing you want to do is before you open up the laptop, you want to go behind it and connect your USB ports. Now you don't have to, but usually when I'm home and I'm close to an outlet, I do plug in the power brick to the laptop. Only reason you're going to want to plug it in is if you're going to play like the PSP. Keeping the laptop plugged in lets the computer run faster per se. So if you're going to play the high-end games and you're close to an outlet, I suggest you plug it in, but you don't have to. Please keep that in mind. You do not have to plug the power brick in. For now, I'm home. I'm going to plug it in. Now the next obvious step is to open up your laptop lid, locate the power button, and let the computer boot up. It should only take a couple of seconds, maybe a minute in reality, 2 minutes tops, but it should be fairly quick. As you notice, your LEDs are on, so that means that your USBs are in perfectly fine. As far as the controller one, if you put it in, you got it in. If not, you wouldn't be able to move about the screen. And there you go. No cuts on that. Computer's already loaded up and ready to go. I don't have a fancy like screen recorder, so I'm just gonna record the screen and we're gonna go step by step. I'd rather do it that way, this way I feel more interactive with you, and we're gonna take the time and load up everything. Once your laptop's loaded up, you're gonna see two main things on the screen. The first one is your controller layout. If you wanna kinda see what the controller layout looks like, you load up that. It's all PNG files. So it'll show you exactly what button is for what, depending on what system you pick. You kind of use this screen real quick to see what systems have 2 players and what systems have 1 player. For example, on the screen now, you'll see that we have Super Nintendo is a 2-player system. Player 1 on the left, player 2 on the right. Whereas if you see on the N64, you're going to see that that is obviously a 1-player system because all of the joysticks and all that are scattered around. So now again, just a heads up. When you're playing with this laptop, you should not be going into any Windows Explorer, no File Explorer. Everything is there. The only time you should be going to File Explorer is if you call me, you need help, and maybe there's a code wrong. That you should never be doing anything. This is why I have the taskbar on the bottom hidden. You should not be going anywhere besides controller layout to see what the layout looks like for each system and your HyperSpin shortcut. Now the obvious one that we're going to do right now is we're going to go into HyperSpin. Again, HyperSpin is your main computer program that you're going to use. That's going to load up all the emulators, it's going to load up all the games, everything. So your main thing is once you get familiar with all the controllers and all that, you load up HyperSpin and you're set. So again, I'm going to try to do this no cuts, straight into it, but I'm not going to try to waste your time. So again, you're going to go into HyperSpin. You can either double click. I usually like to press it and then press enter on the keyboard. Again, no cuts. We're going to let that load up. You get your little artsy screen. You could always press on the first button to skip that. Again, you're going to get your systems. Your first screen you get should be the system screen. Keep in mind, again, these are all your systems. And then after, once you usually see Broforce and down, these are actual computer games. So these are not systems. These are actual computer games within itself. Okay, we're going to go into Arcade Classics. I usually like to start with that. Again, the best thing is to only press the button one time. We move down. Again, only one time. Don't go crazy pushing it like 20 times because it'll freeze up. Now just to get a hint on exactly how this works. This right here is in alphabetical order. All the games, once you get into the game menu, it's all into alphabetical order. Obviously, you don't want to hold down because it's going to take forever to, let's say, go to A. So you could do a couple of things. I'm going to zoom out on the camera. You could either tap left or right. If you go right, it goes advanced in the alphabet, and it'll jump the letter. See that? We're in W, we're in X, we're in Y. If I go left, we go back to X, and all that. Now, let's say you're in W, you're going to jump to F. It's going to take too long. So if you actually hold to the side, you get your W, you just press across. So I want to look for F. You press enter, and there you go. Now you're in all of the Fs. Just hold down until you see what game you want. Let's just pick a quick one, just for the heck of it. Whatever, fit or fighting. Press one time. I think it's just press it once. As you see the screen right now, it's still on the main screen, but only press it one time. Got to keep in mind that it's got to go through 2,000 games. You're gonna get your loading screen, and now you're set. Again, I only pressed the button one time. I didn't press it 100 times. You might get a couple pop-ups like this, like the video emulation is not 100% accurate. Don't stress it. Just press A on it, and there you go. Again, this is MAM Arcade, so you do have 2 players. On your left side here, you got your coin, you got your start. We're gonna coin up. We're gonna press enter, and we're in it. Basics. Very simple. See that? I have right now the volume low, so that's why you don't really hear the volume. But there you go. Once you get tired or once you're done playing, on the top left, you're gonna have your exit button. Just hit that. Now you're back. Now the main thing to understand is that once you press back, you'll see here the joystick doesn't work. But you gotta give it a second. You gotta give it a minute. Don't rush it. You gotta give it a minute because it is just kind of going back into it and all that. Again, you can jump into another game if you want, or if you want to go and check out another system, you just go exit and you go into your next system. As far as shutting down the computer now, you're gonna want to exit and you're gonna want to shut down. Don't just close the laptop lid. You're gonna want to shut down. So very simple. You press exit. It's gonna ask you, would you like to exit? You press yes. Very simple. Now you're back to your desktop. I did say earlier that the taskbar is actually hidden. It's actually not. You just gotta put your mouse over it and it'll pop up. And on the left, you'll obviously hit that, power, and your shutdown. Basics. Very easy. So now you got the laptop shut down and all that. Let's talk about closing the case to transport, okay? Very simply, you're gonna drop your laptop. Very easy. Now, I do suggest that you do unplug the USBs. As you see, this USB right here could get caught on the edge, ruining everything. So there's a couple ways you could do it. I usually like to unplug it, meaning totally disconnect it. Or if you want, you could kind of pull the laptop up, tuck down the wires, and drop it down. I'm gonna remove my laptop wire, if I can. There you go, just to show you. So again, you want to make sure that that wire doesn't get caught. You drop it, you push down, and you close it. Very simple. That concludes episode 2 of the GameCase, showing you how to turn it on, shutting it down, and all that. Future episodes, we're going to talk about in-depth each system, each game. We're going to go in-depth as far as the PC, games, and all that.